Wing functional.
Hell with this.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Porkchopper here, and today I will be talking about the Division beta and my impressions on it. By now the beta has closed, I have put over 20 hours into it, and I thought I would like to shed some light on my experiences and where I believe this game will be going. The game of course will be coming out March the 8th, and from now until March the 8th I will be uploading Division gameplay, giving analysis on the PvE and the PvP, also known as the Dark Zone, and some tips and tricks. So if you're willing to like and subscribe, you can definitely get an edge once the game comes out. But the first thing I really wanted to talk about with my impressions is that this game is more of a tactical game than an FPS game first, with its gameplay. I'm a big fan of the Borderlands series, and I used to play Destiny a lot, not as much now. And those games really were just runner and gunners and have fun, shoot the aliens, enjoy yourself. Division feels like much more of a grounded experience, and the atmosphere and the weather effects really tell that well, but also with its tactical gameplay spiced up in there. Now, the one of the negatives I've had is in that the FPS has really taken a hit due to how tactical the game can be. Now, it's not super tactical, it's not to the point where if you're not one of those people who like those type of games, you're going to be completely alienated in this game. It's nothing like that at all. But little things like you can't reload while rolling, and generally when reloading you can't do anything, and having a bit more of a slow paced experience, especially in the Dark Zone being the PvP and needing it to be fast paced and quick, does affect your experiences sometimes. They may change that when the game actually launches. But as you can gameplay, you can see here I am just playing with randoms in the second mission and the final mission of the PvE beta, and it's just a fun. I mean, we're playing on the hard mode, so the enemies are scaled to us. It's challenging, it's rewarding, you get loot, and the loot overall, the loot system works really well in this game. Even if you get loot which isn't essential or you don't need, you can easily sell it, get currency in the game, and then you can use that to buy weapons, mods, armor from the vendors, and of course the vendors do refresh every 24 hours. Now there's vendors in the Dark Zone with checkpoints, and there's vendors just around the base of operations and safe zones. I will definitely go more in depth in this in my PvE and PvP talk, but I just wanted to kind of talk about that now, that the loot system is just really solid in this game. You get a lot of loot, and you always need to compare loot, and there's a lot of variety in the loot, which is something that Destiny really never had. And I think the biggest thing this game, well this beta showed me, is it's very easy to play solo in this game. I'm used to Destiny where to play any sort of Iron Banner or anything, you really need a group of people communicating to play trials or raids. It's impossible. There's no matchmaking, let alone no matchmaking. There's no way to find other people in the game Destiny. You have to go to LFG sites, and I feel that was a big diversity in the Destiny community. However, with Division, it takes the complete opposite of that. Every mission you can matchmake, and while matchmaking you can just find random people and you just play the game. You just play that mission out. At the end we saluted each other and off we went. It was that easy. And of course, how brutal if you don't play it tactically, it's a very enjoyable experience and you feel like you are connecting with the community and the players you are playing with. Now with the Dark Zone, I've heard a lot of people saying that you can't play it solo. It's harder to play solo, there's no doubt about it, but I would definitely say it's not impossible at all. There's many times where I've ran into the Dark Zone and I see another Strangler, just me and him just cross each other's paths. I quickly click on him, I invite him to my party, he'll say yes, we're twice as strong, we both benefit from that. And I think that fluidity, how we both want loot and we just need to stick together, is an enjoyable experience. It's so rewarding, that factor, that I've never had an experience with a multiplayer game before or anything of like that. And it generally opened my eyes more. It opened my eyes more and made me go, wow, this is new, this is awesome, this is fun. And I really think that's where Destiny missed the edge, and I think that's where Division has learned from Destiny behind its doors and taken its advice. But my biggest concern, like anyone else's who's made these impressions, is the endgame content. Destiny, you have raids and trials. That's the reason Destiny is still active at all, is because it has that endgame content where it's extremely enjoyable and was tough, and it's something you can get on with friends and have a fun time with. But does Destiny, does Division have that endgame content? I don't expect something like a raid or trials, but does it have that endgame content? We know there will be free expansions and monthly updates, adding new co-op modes or stuff. They haven't really detailed it yet, as you would imagine, but we know there will be stuff after the launch like Destiny, and we know there's going to be high levels in the game. We know it's going to take a while to get to that end, but when we get to that end where we are geared up and ready to go, we need to feel like our time in the game is worth it when we get to those end game experiences. The last thing I want to talk about is there is scaling in the Dark Zone. I was level 7 and I had to accept my friend's request, who was level 8, twice to get into the Dark Zone, because I would be against AI, which would be level 8, and humans would be level 8. This is really good in the Dark Zone. I think this works really well, because as of right now of the beta, there was only Zone 1 and 2, and of course there will be 6 zones when the final game comes out, and each zone you have to be a high level. And my concern was, if I'm at the highest level, can I not go to the previous zones because I would be too over leveled? But it seems everything scales to you, which I really do enjoy. However, normal PvP activities, not missions do scale to you, but PvE activities don't. And when I was level 8 running around killing level 4s, it did feel it was getting a bit tedious, and it did feel like it was turning into Destiny in that aspect, how it can come a bit mind-numbing in that way. But that is just the beta. They may change that later on. I'm sure it won't be that challenging to change, but I see a lot of promise in Division. I see a lot of enjoyability, and I think this game really has something special. It takes all the elements from DayZ, Destiny, Borderlands. It all takes elements from them and just makes a solid game out of it. Of course, we won't know until the game's out a month or two after the game is released, where we will really know what the game can deliver and how endgame content is. But these are just my first impressions on the game, well, the beta, and of course I will have plenty more Division in-depth discussions later down the line before the game releases, so if you would like to check those out, please subscribe and like. But now I hope you all have a good day and have a good one.